space, reality. It's more than a linear path. It's a prism of endless possibility. You may know Art as the artistic genius who created the Mighty Ducks Air Jordan 1 custom, the Avatar and the Last Ronin Command Force custom, and he's entertained your timeline countless of times. But what if Art's mind wandered down a path no mind has gone before? What if his path collided with the Grandmaster on the far-off planet of Sakaar? In this universe, Art's mind would be more than a weapon. It would be a gladiator's masterpiece. These shoes are a glimpse into that world, a tribute to a story that never was, but could be. I am the Watcher, and this is What If Art turned the Sakaarian Iron Man suit into a custom Air Jordan 1.
Yo, I really hope you guys enjoyed the intro. I had a blast making it. I decided to take my time today and do something a little different. Now I'm going to be using the Air Jordan 1 High OG Defiant. It has a beautiful silhouette, very statuesque, but it was a pain in the you-know-what to prep. I started to change the texture on this thing. I was rubbing so hard. I gave prep the day off, and that's what I get because I was about to mess this shoe up. But I did a little better on the second one. And I think once I laid down the gray base coat, so I can get that one color, solid color all over, everything was looking good. So this is the part of the video where I show you guys the mock-up process, but I accidentally deleted the entire Procreate file. I was half asleep one day. My wife was driving. I was on the passenger side. I was working on it. And for some reason, I swiped, pressed delete, or I held down, pressed delete. And once you delete a Procreate file, it don't come back. And I hate that because I really love this design that I created. And I wish I had the step in the process video to show y'all. But here it is right here. In the corner right here, this is the mock-up that I'm going to be doing, and it's dedicated to the show What If. Specifically, I believe what if Iron Man landed on Sakaar or something like that. And of course, in this particular episode, he was on Sakaar and he had to do the whole battle like Hulk did, remember, in Thor Ragnarok. And he ended up creating a different type of suit, and so these shoes are going to be based off of that suit that he made. So I hope you guys enjoyed the rest of this video, and yeah, like, comment, subscribe. Let's get it. So I had to make a bunch of different templates for the stencils that I'm going to be using in all different sizes, and you'll see what I mean in a second once I start using them. So I'm actually going to cut this portion of the shoe out, as you can see over here in the top corner, because I want to 3D model a piece so I can sit it inside in here, and this will kind of represent the the power, the arc reactor, I guess it was, in the shoe. So I'm going to start out by measuring it up, giving myself a guideline and cutting it out. So once I cut that section out, it was a little bit too deep inside of there because it was just cotton. So I had to reinforce it with some leather, and I glued that into place. And now we're over into Tinkercad, and I'm just showing you guys again how simple it can be if you want to add something to your custom. Well, you obviously have to have a 3D printer and all that other stuff, but modeling itself doesn't have to be hard. I actually shaped the overall shape out in Procreate, and I drug it over to Tinkercad, and it just turned it into a 3D file. There were some other steps in there which I explained on other videos. Just got to go back to those videos and watch it. But I just want to show y'all a quick little process. It's not the whole thing on what is possible. Next, I'm just using some super glue and some baking soda to kind of fill in the areas right here and make sure that it's secure and into its place. Next, I cut out a piece of leather and I lined that little area out. So just to try to make it as clean as possible. It was my first time, well, not really my first time cutting into a but doing something like this, yes. So, you know, it was a learning process for me. I had to use a bunch of different things to try and get this area back as smooth as possible. It isn't perfect, but neither was that Iron Man suit. So we right on brand, baby. So this is where those stencils come into play. I sprayed the whole shoe black and then I laid the first layer of stencils over that. Then I spray painted the whole shoe gray, and then I sprayed the color that I wanted to be next, and then I laid more stencils on top of that. And this process just kind of repeats itself throughout each panel for the most part until I get the final look. And I'm kind of just gonna let you guys enjoy this process. If I need to say something, I'll say something. I can't let him take my soul. Nah, 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 no. Oh, I can't let him take my soul. Nah, 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 no. See, we was cool right before he hit the fence, but he hit the fan when I got him down at the bench. But I took a break, I had to leave and go get cleansed. God forgive me for all my sins. I can't say these cause my last name ain't Kent. Cooking on the stove, that's the way. So I came in with the paintbrush and added some different textures to it just to kind of break it up some. And I think it was a good idea overall because when you're looking at the shoe, it just gives your eyes more things to kind of glance at and look at. I'm trying to right my wrongs by writing out my wrongs. Ran through a check cause it's hard to live off bread alone. So if you see me slipping, yeah, let me know. Cause it ain't the end of times yet, I know, but it's getting close. Yeah, I need my space to breathe, that's why I be going ghost. I ain't trying to stay up on that wide road, cause I can't let him take my soul. Earlier in the year when I started this shoe, you know, I got a whole bunch of orders coming in, so I had to put them on hold for a while. But if you go back on my Instagram page, you'll see I did a lot of these steps and showed you guys kind of each panel when I was doing it. But it felt good to finally be able to get back to these and to get them done. They thinking I'm bluffing, but I promise I do it. That K got a drum, like murder and booming. Sending you vert, if I get my little Uzi. They thinking I'm crazy, I'm gon' see you to hate this. People I'm saying, get what I'm painting. A picture big, I call it little baby. If I'm on the board, then we playing chess. If you on my way, you gon' need. And like I told you guys earlier, this process was, you know, laying a paint color down, then going through, laying the stencils down, and then laying more paint on top of that. So when I got to the part where it was time to start, you know, revealing panels and removing all of the stencils, it was very scary because this is permanent vinyl that I use. And for the most part, everything held up pretty good. I think I only had maybe like one touch up that I had to do throughout the entire shoe. But yeah, let's look at some of this satisfying stencil reveals. I caught him slipping, I just had to let him know it ain't the end of times yet. I know, but it's getting close. These demons really out to get you, so you better guard your post. There's certain things I could probably let go, but I can't let them take my soul. Nah, 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 no. Oh, I can't let them take my soul. Nah, 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 no. I can't let them take my soul. Nah, 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 no. Oh, I can't let them take my soul. Nah, 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 no. I can't let them take my soul. So here's that one area that I had to go back and kind of touch up. And what I actually ended up doing is kind of painting over it by doing something else, which you'll see in the next step. But as you can see, I decided to add some photos on the inside from the show itself, and the guy's head, or the watcher head, is so big. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to cover this spot up because as you can see, I started to mess it up even more. So I was like, I'm just going to paint over this and act like it never happened. And that's what I did.
Yeah, ain't sweet, ain't funny. Look, it's blue tints on my hundreds. Life been going how I want it. Yeah. Life been lit just how I want it. Yeah. Now she talking like she want me. Yeah. Hey, wave.
Editing art here. I didn't even ask y'all, have y'all seen this episode that I'm referring to? Have you seen What If at all? If you have, did you like the episode? Did you like the show? And which episode do you think would transfer over to a pair of kicks? I think one of the zombie episodes would probably be a dope. idea as well. But if y'all watched it, let me know down below, and let me know which episode was your favorite as well.
It's blue tints on my hundreds. Ay, life been going how I want it.
Satisfying tape peel. Yeah, these things happen. I don't think I waited long enough for the paint to properly dry. But whatever. It was an easy fix, and I fixed it. I didn't show you that I fixed it, but if you look underneath my thumb right here, you can see that it's fixed. I also decided to not put the Grandmaster on here and just did some talking bubbles instead from the show. Basically, it was just an artist choice that I decided to do. So now let's focus back in on the 3D printed part that I made for this. Painted it black, did a little glowy light around it, and we get into touch-up time where we do the edges and add other little details just to make the shoe look mwah when people get up close up on it. So I went back over to the watcher side and added a funkier galaxy design behind it. The first one was kind of just a temporary thing so I could start painting. But let's get into another one of my favorite parts, which is tongue tags. This is a leather tongue tag that they had on here, but it was just too small. So I went over to my X tool, cut out my own tongue tag, and painted it up the way I wanted it. They turned out pretty sick, man. I think they look just like how I designed them initially. So now we get into the part of the custom that I feel like really personalized the piece for a client. In this case, the client is myself, because I just made these because I wanted to. And I end up going with the Grandmaster's melting stick only because I removed him right from the side panel, and I still wanted to have him involved in the shoe. So I went into No Man's Scope and kind of made this, you know, compacted version. It wasn't supposed to really mimic it identically, but it was supposed to just kind of still represent the melting stick, and I think I did a pretty good job on it. Let me know in the comments how you think I did. So, new product alert for the art room. This is what they use at nail salons when they're filing or sanding down the nails and they trap all the dust that goes everywhere. I needed one of these for when I'm sanding my 3D prints so I wouldn't have dust going everywhere, and it worked perfectly. I didn't have any dust anywhere. This is one of the more smaller prints, but it did what it was supposed to do. Now, this is a sponsored shout out. Shout out to Lit Laces for the sponsorship. If you're looking for some good laces, use my code down below and save yourself some money, baby. Yo, man, I appreciate y'all for joining for another episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I was trying something new at the beginning with the cinematic voices and all that good stuff, man. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Hopefully I can do more things like that. I decided to really take my time and try to edit this video a little bit more than what I've kind of been doing, trying to take it back a little bit to when I was really putting in a lot more work for the video. So I hope you guys appreciated that. Excuse my kids if you heard them. But I want to give a shout out to all my subscribers, everyone who subscribed to me on Instagram. Follow me on Instagram. Support me through any way. Like, sharing, commenting. It's all appreciated. I do have a Patreon down below, or you can subscribe to me on Instagram. It's only $1, and you get behind the scene looks at everything and what I'm doing. And because you guys are watching the video, I want to let you guys know that my children book is coming. This is just a proof copy. I'm dropping it through Amazon. I want to show you guys first, so be on the lookout for that. More details to come. I've been working on it for quite some time, but I'm trying to get a video together to introduce this as well. But I appreciate y'all. Shout out to y'all. And remember to always enjoy the journey. I'm out.